The Surfing Violinist presents Al-Kuhl-Riddim, Surf Vlog 54. Last month we did a showing of the May surf vlog documenting the time when Blair Conklin, Justin Quintal, and Alex Nose graced our shores and gave us a demo of the possibilities behind the Sea Screamer. Seeing the footage of me on the big screen alongside Blair with the contrast between Kook and Ripper in such stark relief, it lit a fire under me to level up. I've made a lot of progress in the last few years in terms of consistency and finding ways to negotiate our inconsistent surf with a regime of parallel pursuits. My gym has transformed from beach as gym to juggling the beach and the skate park as gym. But the nice thing about physical gym locations is that they have a way of fostering focus, so you can isolate muscles and ranges of motion that are otherwise very difficult to target. With this next step, it's time for me to apply the mindset of the gym rat to my surf, skim, and skate training. I have been procrastinating on utilizing the subscription to Brad Gerlach's Wave Key, which I can already tell is going to be very beneficial, but I need a schedule or routine that's going to fit my tempo. I've started doing Duolingo in the last few months, and the fast-paced way it teaches and quizzes you reminds me of the most addicting video game I've ever played, League of Legends. League and Duolingo have a way of giving the player tight feedback loops with instant gratification. You kill a minion, you hear the coins fall. You get a phrase right, you get a fanfare. I think humans learn best in fits and starts, and since I've started back playing the mobile version of League, Wild Rift, and started Duolingo, I've found these accelerated feedback loops have been way more effective at communicating new concepts and new skills. So this is only a prototype concept, but my idea is to start a spreadsheet with personal NBDs in the 3 related sports I'm using to help exorcise the kook from my system. These never-been-done mechanics don't necessarily need to be defined maneuvers or tricks, for my purposes. The first one on my radar is my backside bottom turn. Glenn Thaxton photographed this one on May 13th. So the never been done part here is the style. Yes, I'm doing a backside bottom turn, but the style is off. The posture is off, and it's affecting my approach to my next maneuver. I still am just not compressing on the backside bottom turn, which is kind of funny because I always seem to have a general low center of gravity in everything in the surf and skate world except one of the few times I really need it. The trick will be finding out the best exercises to target this mechanic. I think Wave Key will be the foundation, and then take that form that I practice stationary and then practice it in skate, skim, and finally surf. So why this name, Al-Kuhl-Riddim? Well, it's a pun, a cross-cultural play on words. It's referencing algorithm, of course, which has come to mean a finite sequence of mathematically rigorous instructions, but I was surprised to discover is an Arabic word referring to a Persian mathematician who was instrumental in documenting Indian math principles that would pave the way for algorithmic development. And I was really surprised to find out that alcohol is an Arabic word, al-kuhl. So this play on words is one that fits my ADHD approach to things, 2 seemingly opposite interests. Math and alcohol meet with the Jamaican word for rhythm, riddim. The emphasis is on playful improvisation. I want to have the rigor of a mathematically concise approach to an NBD problem, but I also want to leave room for the spirit to move because sometimes play really is the best way to learn. Now, I'm not using alcohol here in the substance sense. I have skated while under the influence, and 2 of those times it did help a lot, but it's just too risky for my current life situation. I'm including alcohol more as a metaphor for loosening up. It's very easy for a nerd to get uptight, and this does not help in skate, surf, or skim when learning something new. And the Jamaican term riddim is to keep this laid-back and sometimes bombastic approach to rhythm front of mind. One of the things I've loved about Duolingo is the subsection where you can practice the alphabet of a given language. Going from language to language, they will just throw characters at you in a very algorithmic way, and I've been very happy with how much more of these characters I recognize through such a bullet hell approach than I would have at first thought. So I'm going to take that philosophy and apply it to NBDs. So that's the idea. Let's see how far I can get in the next year. First step is the NBD spreadsheet, and then connecting those NBDs to wave key exercises that could target the range of motion necessary to accomplish the NBD. And then taking the fundamentals from there and applying them in that articulated way I mentioned last month with the Instagram accounts who communicate this process of movements so effectively non-verbally. But for now, first step, how to categorize and quantify personal never-been-done maneuvers, at least in my current phase of life, and how to gauge whether or not I meet the standard So let's start with surfing, of course. In creating the spreadsheet, I'm trying to simplify as much as possible. Instead of trying to do just generalized maneuvers, I'm going back to the original intent of this vlog and looking to other locals for inspiration. I'm not just trying to do a generic backside bottom turn, like technically this is a bottom turn in Barney to the Max Goon Upon Land and Sea Hall of Fame, but it's not close to the style, form, or functionality that is going to lead to the speed, power, and flow I desire, and it makes me want to throw the surfer in perennial kook detention. This looks better, so let's start with Tate's version and see if we can get closer. Since a picture is worth 1,000 words, it occurred to me that the NBD spreadsheet could just be that, photos or stills of my NBD attempt, compared to the example I'm trying to emulate. At first, I'm just finding the pics that are easiest available, so Rob, Warren, and Tate are going to feature prominently because there's just more pictures of them at present. So I'll pick 6 NBDs each for surf, skate, and skim, with locals serving as the benchmark, and I must have video or photo verification for my NBD to count. If surf or skim isn't cooperating, I'll use skating as a way to practice. Quite a few of these surf and skim maneuvers can be practiced on a skateboard. So for surf, for the first round of NBDs, I'm looking to Tate for backside bottom turn, backside off the lip, and Warren for backside air. Looking to Tate for frontside off the lip, Rob for frontside carve, and Cam for frontside air. Initially, at least, I'm going to focus on specific maneuvers, but of course we'll try to keep tabs on style and form in between. On Friday, June 20th, we had a killer marathon of sessions at County with an unexpected groundswell that surpassed all expectations. I had a few perfect opportunities for an unobstructed tube with a clean exit, but in almost all cases, I didn't hug the face enough and got axed. Aiden did get the completion I was looking for, so the dream is alive. Gotta keep working on that frontside tube positioning. I did get a couple attempts at frontside off the lips. Jason Tuno got this drone shot of me, and while I'm still mortified by the garish goon wrist after almost completion of the maneuver, the freeze frame looks probably better than any surf image of me so far in an off-the-lip attempt. That looks pretty proper, but it's incomplete. Nonetheless, we'll just put this up in the spreadsheet NBD with an asterisk saying incomplete. But form is getting closer. On this one, I technically do complete it, but I got a bit hung up. The angle is not vert enough for my taste, and I'm realizing so much of my off-the-lip hang-up is really a direct consequence of my bottom turn being too angled down the line. All the same, this was a great day. Felt like a classic nostalgic PCB surf sesh. The good old days. A kind of high school reunion of sorts, a rare occasion when so many of us manage to find each other in the water. Gotta smell the roses while we're trying to improve. I got a bit grumpy with my performance woes and let that distract from the beauty and serendipity of the day. So it's important to take my ambition with a grain of sand and a spoonful of salt water. A 6-hour surf day is a blessing no matter what. So next month, let's take this Al-Kuhl-Riddim NBD checklist into the wild and enjoy it. The heat is on and the skate sessions are going to get pretty sweaty, so you gotta keep a good humor while we do it. I bumped into old surf friend and mentor Rob Woodrum as Andrew Wardlow was taking tintype photos of us, which is a really cool experience. Andrew is looking for more local surf subjects to feature in an upcoming photo exhibition. If you're interested in being featured, I got Andrew's Instagram link below. Reach out. I'll cover this experience in more detail in the June family vlog, so check it out. Rob's photos really turned out good, and he was saying while he loves the surf vlogs and surf reports, he thinks I need to go a bit easier on myself with the constant nitpicking on my surf style and form. So I'll try in the July surf vlog to aloha myself as well as my neighbor and try to appreciate the little things a bit more. Trying to balance personal progress with enjoying the moment. Gotta appreciate the journey as much as the destination, and sometimes I get a bit preoccupied, which is Howley kook behavior in and of itself. Until next time, keep it consistent, even if the surf isn't. Godspeed ex-Howleys in training. To see these videos early, without ads, join the lineup here on YouTube. You just need a YouTube account, and for $1.99 a month, you click this little join button and sign up to get early and ad-free access to 4 monthly vlogs: the surf vlog, the violin vlog, the Masala vlog, and the family vlog. Thank you very much.